Howdy, folks. So, you're probably wondering what happened to your blonde, Aaron. My friend Vinny, he's a hairstylist, and he made me indigo. It was an experiment. I'll probably go back to blonde, or I might keep it. So what's funny is 6 years ago I shaved my head because I started receding, and I was like, yeah, I might as well just shave it off. And I was engaged at that time. I had a fiance. This was 2012, and my fiance had proposed to my mom, asked for, my hand in marriage for, in front of my mom on her birthday, which would be next 2 weeks from now. 2 Thursdays from now. So every time June comes around, I usually get like, because it just reminds me that I would have had a whole different life and timeline if the Mayan calendar didn't end. But seriously, the awakening process was ridiculous, because I remember June 29th of 2012 was the worst day of my life. Not only was it the day after my mom's birthday, but I woke up and my significant other is gone. And so it was crazy because he shaved his head as well. And so here I am looking like someone that I thought I was going to be with forever. And so last year I was just like, you know what? I don't care if my hair is receded. I don't care if I have a bald spot. I don't care if it looks like alopecia. I want to be my true art self. I want to be blonde. Was kind of like the easiest way to mask the baldness, but also I thought it was cool. Like the sides had a cool flair to it, and so that was my whole shtick about why I want to regrow my hair and doing all different holistics to regrow. But so this story, what happened to my ex? Well, he ended up cheating, and he had a relapse, and it's interesting because that was the conclusion of my mom's timeline with my stepfather, was what I went through. So now that I understand timelines, I helped move my mom forward in her relationship, because a lot of people who are like on an astral connection, that's what we do. We know, well, we don't know, we don't really choose these situations. The situations choose us. And so there's someone, I've been analyzing her videos for a moment, and it is a little confusing, but it's called Lucid Living TV, and I forgot to ask for her name, but I like some perspective. I like different angles of our work as light workers. Long story short, like my hairline, a lot of times in life, if you can do a metaphor where before your awakening process, your hairline was here. But then the more and more experience you were gaining in the astral realm, your hair starts, like, this is my metaphor. The metaphor of digging more into the astral realm and the metaphysics and the quantum reality is the symbol of recession, hair recession. So I like to use my scalp as a metaphor for what experience I'm going through. I really don't care about beauty and being handsome and being attractive, because I'm not here for all that. I'm here to find myself And the best way to remind myself that I'm still finding myself, my soul, my higher self, my true self, is to look in the mirror. And every time I look at my videos, and every time that, I'm like, I'm not looking at the receitedness. I'm looking at how many times I'm involving myself. Because when I started having my awakening process beginning, I was still holding on to hair. It was like 2010. And then I was diagnosed with my immune disorder. And I wasn't getting clear answers of how did I get it, because I was a very naughty boy. But my test results don't show a particular thing that would show that I got it this way. In that beginning process, it was saying false positive and inconclusive results. And even to this day, I still get inconclusive results when I don't take the medication. Or it will show, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. But if it weren't for, how it happened was, this one day, I kind of spited what we call God. I spited the Father. I spited his, because I felt like everything was happening to me in a bad way, and I just said, well, screw you, Creator. And all hell had came back to me like a boomerang. And I think that's just how my spiritual journey really kicked off, because imagine if you're a born again, saved Christian and you just spit in the face of the Creator, allegedly. It's sort of like, why are you doing that, Aaron? But it really helped me start to detach from the program I was part of, which was the Christian systematic, the Christian program, the Christian mindset, and being locked into something that, I felt in debt to. I felt my soul belonged to it, but the more I kept digging into this awakening experience, I started learning that no, my soul doesn't belong to anybody or anything, anyone. Excuse me. My soul is not even this physical body's soul. Like, this body is my soul's. And then once I started rewiring myself and my frame of thinking, things start being more clear to me. Channels of people start coming to me more. I have to go to the ATM machine, peeps. I like to keep it real. We're at Chase Bank. Anyways, so that's what I want to share with you guys, was like, this whole Mayan calendar ending, I don't know, it makes you think, because if the Mayan calendar didn't end, you question, where would we be? What lifestyles would we have? Do we really have to, we wouldn't have detached from that timeline. Like, everything you had in that timeline, you don't have it anymore. You have a whole different home, a different car. Excuse me, guys. You have different jobs. You might look different. So the astral world, the astral plane, the dream state, the lucid dreaming and all that stuff. I remember it was 2 years ago where I asked to go to the astral realm. And it was weird because there was like a feeling in my atmosphere. I don't like to say voices in my head, because I don't listen to voices in my head. Like, I'm OCD, so there's a voice in my head when I'm doing things for work and whatever, but okay. No received. 1 second. Nope. Doo-doo-doo. Boop, 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 boop. I like how my sweater matches my hair. Really brings it out. Oh, but hair dye, you guys, it's gonna kill your boy. Not literally, I don't want to say that. It's gonna, like, take a lot of hair out. I have to watch what I say out loud. Because, you know, things manifest when you say it loosely. So just like that comment I just said, the astral realm is the same way. It behaves the same way. You lucid dream to go to the astral realm. You know, that's the only way to get there. But now, recently, people who are very in tune with their journeys are now having more control in their dreams. Like, you might find yourself eating, hanging out with people. You know the length of time that you're there. What was that? I have fairies in my car. Okay. I need to hurry up and go to work. It's interesting how it starts with a dream, and the more that you awaken, the more you understand, the more you become conscious of what is what. Even in your wildest assumption, it manifests. And when you go back to your dream state, you go back to the same, I don't know, you start to see synchronicities, or you get different messages and downloads, as we call it, or you just kind of build your spiritual journey that way. You build it off of what your instinct and what your atmosphere are connecting you on, the level that is, it's like a conversation. And I like this video to donate it to the last comment I had, which was things are confusing. This is why, like, on my channel, I don't like to do references of movies too often and characters or whatever, because when you start to dwell into the physical 3D world and the roles of the people and what's the Illuminati up to, when you're into investigation, then you go back to investigation programming. So if you go into free-form spirituality, you go into a free-form spirituality program. Everything is unfortunately programmed, and it's designed that way to help you not stray off of going forward. It's not even your path. It's not even, because even when you stray off your path, you still are going the direction you're supposed to go. Everything is divinely planned and has a very distinct mathematics and logic and whatnot. Like what Lucid Living TV said, and that stuck out to me in the video that she posted a couple days ago. I always get signs and symbols that are my affirmation. If you guys been following me for some time, you know that fire trucks and police cars, sirens, are my affirmation. But what she said was, in the astral realm, things happen and they have a delay into our physical consciousness. I don't think it's exactly a year, but I know when I go through the astral process, I go through different timelines and different, like, I've seen Armageddon, I've seen the rapture in different ways. I've been through the event last year twice, the Rainbow Warriors process, the Blue Star Kachina process, the power grid going out. I've been through all of that. So just by going through that on an astral level, I'm able to convey these messages. And that's why I think like I'm a pretty cool dude, because I go through that, but I don't always tell the camera what happened. But I like to share with the camera my learnings from going through those experiences without actually telling people the actual details. This is why I value what people have to say to me on my comments, because I'm giving information from experiencing things from an astral projection, from a dream state, from a vision, from a prophecy. Like, a lot of stuff is not even my own physical thinking or doing, or a lot of it's not even my own thought process. It's just relaying observation. So I don't know. Some people always say like, well, how do you astral project? You don't want to do it. But if you may, what happens is you lie flat on your back. That's the true meditation. You lie flat on your back. Your palms are next to your thighs, facing up. And even like the Virgin Mary statue that I think is the one that's most appropriate, her palms are open. There's no hand on the heart. That's a whole different system. But the palms open, that's true meditation. That's offering. This is a sign of giving. It's a sign of mercy. Or when poor people ask, it's like, please. Or when you drink from water, it's a form of having mercy, or receiving grace, or giving thanks. Or when you cry, the palms, it's a lot. So when you go to that vulnerable, submissive state of divineness, if that's a word, you lie flat on your back, palms are up, and sometimes you just, you go right out, you go to sleep. The scary thing is, if you have archons and you have parasitical energy around you, you probably often most likely would have sleep paralysis. Or if you haven't done astral projection, you will have sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis is scary as shit. Excuse my language. I hate sleep paralysis. When I know my body's having it, I know how to get myself out of it. You wiggle your eyes and you think, no, 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 no. You are not going, you have to sort of like punch the air. You have to think of punching the air. So mentally is the only way you get out of it, because your body can't move and your eyes can move. So that's how you get out of sleep paralysis. Or if you're stuck in a dream state, in an astral projection, and you feel like you're in danger, you always think of wiggling your eyes. You have to teach and program your body to wiggle your eyes. Something. That's the way to get out of it. So, long story short, have a notebook next to your bed or wherever you sleep. I have an air mattress and a sofa. I'm a very grounded person. I love elements. So people will laugh at me like, why don't you have like a real bed? I'm like, it's of the earth. The air is of the earth, and I'm an earth sign. So it would make more sense that an earth sign lie on, like, put his vertebrae, because that's how I sleep, on my back. I would rather put my vertebrae on earth, on air, on nature, on natural, as natural as I could. Here goes another one. You guys get the point. Oh man, this journey. That's 2. Yeah, keep a notebook next to your bed so when you wake up, for you conspiracy theorists, there's the new water vapor towers along my area, and those things are why we have clouds right now. There is an interesting theory I heard today too, very quickly, about why there aren't natural clouds anymore. Why is there constant spraying? Why chemtrails? I actually do have a chemtrail video that I posted, and it explains that the gases and metals help reflect the gamma from the sun and the UV rays. It helps us not fry, because we will fry like chitlins, y'all. If y'all like sometimes are against these chemtrails, but they are saving your lives, but what we go through, like how I sound, they're side effects. The side effects are what's harming people. The actual trails themselves are not, in my opinion. And what I heard today was because there's so many rips in the ozone, and the Earth, sorry about that, we're drifting off, we're drifting away. So long story short, there's a dog next to me. There's holes everywhere, so it's sucking all the clouds out of the atmosphere. And that's probably what's protecting the outer side of our stratosphere, believe it or not. Atmosphere surrounds, and then stratosphere is the second layer. Like, if you guys didn't know, we have two magnetic fields. Two magnetic fields. This came about, I think it was a year ago. The Earth developed two. It was like, whoa, everyone was tripping who was part of that movement. Well, that was when the first event occurred. It actually was the second magnetic field, because that was coming to play, and that was that rainbow energy surrounding our normal magnetic field. I got that one right. All right, so I'm wrapping it up. This will be a part 1 where I'm going to dig more into this topic of astral realm, astral projecting, going in the astral realm, and it's kind of like I don't like movie references, but you guys know the Matrix and how Neo was being trained, but he had to plug in to this simulation to build up to be this hero. Well, that's all of us too. That's what the term Matrix means. You know, people are constantly saying like, oh, the Matrix and simulation, and we're in a simulation, and the Earth is fake, and blah, blah, and blah. And it's like, well, but that's the reference is. Like, for me in my job, I train people, right? Because I work at a gym. So it's the same thing. I'm training people to go out and own it. Everything is a simulation, everything's a program. But it's really a matter of how you manage self, how you understand everything, and with your understanding comes more consciousness and growth and self-love. Alrighty, everybody, I gotta let you go. I'm going underground. Bye. Stay tuned for part 2 later.